So real quick before the actual video starts, first, just let me know, do you want more of the Batman content down in the comments below? If you do, subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it, pass the video around. And second of all, I was looking for clips before editing, and I found this awesome tribute for this version of the Joker, and the editing in it is kind of insane. I don't even know if I want to know how long it took them to edit this, but it's a great tribute to this version of the Joker, so I'll link it down in the description below if you want to check it out. It's probably playing on screen right now, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the actual video now. Something you hear all the time is that the Joker is overused when it comes to Batman. And it can't really be argued, he is used way more than any other villain, but typically when people say that, for some reason, the first thing my mind goes to is the Batman, because Joker is used a lot in that show. I mean, he's the main villain of the first episode, and he has several appearances in every single season. Which you kind of expect out with the Batman show, you need Joker there, he's his arch nemesis, he is the dark reflection of Batman. But this show had so many obstacles to overcome when it came to using villains, so is he really overused in this show? Let's find this out by doing some math.
If I sell 2 sandwiches for $10 each, that equals...
How much and how often is the Joker really used in this show? So, out of 65 episodes in one movie, The Batman vs. Dracula, Joker has major appearances in 18 episodes. Not necessarily major appearances, but he has enough to do that Michael Kevin Richardson is obligated to be credited. And he, of course, plays a pretty big part in The Batman vs. Dracula as well, so 18 episodes out of 65, plus the movie, that's roughly 30% of the series. And he's the main villain, or plays a big role in about 15 to 16 episodes, along with the movie. So only really 2 to 3 episodes he's not a big part of. And that's roughly 26% of the series that he is playing a key role in. So to compare this with other villains, the Penguin is the second most used villain. So let's compare the Joker's appearances to the Penguin's.
Joker? I'm the Batman. You see, the thing is, you're not. The eggs, Penguin, or I scramble you.
The Penguin appears in 14 episodes in The Batman vs. Dracula, which is roughly 23% of the series. And he's the main villain or plays a big role in 9 episodes along with the movie. That's roughly 15% of the series. So when it comes to playing a key role, there's an 11% difference between the most used villain and the second most used villain, which is pretty big when it comes to a TV series. But now let's get into why these two characters particularly were used so much. So this show couldn't use certain iconic and notable Batman villains like Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, or Two-Face because of the Bat embargo. I may make a video on this in the future, so I won't go too into it, but I'm sure a lot of people already know about this and what it is. Basically, the Batman, Justice League Unlimited, and the Dark Knight trilogy were all running concurrent with each other. So, Batman Begins had already been pitched and probably started production before this show was released. And during the production of Season 1 even, this show probably knew about Batman Begins, and of course Justice League was happening. And it seems that Joker is like the only villain that got a free card. He could really be in anything, although he wasn't used in Justice League Unlimited. But I've heard Paul Dini mention that he wanted to put him in a cameo in The Little Piggy, but he thought it'd take away from the scene between Batman and Wonder Woman. Anyway, this show was restricted when it came to its villains because of that, because obviously Batman Begins and The Dark Knight were already planned, so the Joker was the only one that was going to be in the movies that they could use. And the embargo obviously plays into why this show brought in more obscure villains like Ragdoll, Spellbinder, and the Everywhere Man as well, but why they used the more iconic Batman villains so much, especially the Joker and Penguin. So back to the Joker, let's try to find how much screen time, like actual screen time he had in the show. So assuming every episode runs on an average of 20 minutes, and the movie, The Batman vs. Dracula, is about 70 minutes, minus credits, minus the intro when it comes to TV episodes. So let's assume on the low end we take 15 episodes Joker is a main focus of, and has roughly about 30% screen time. And in the Batman vs. Dracula, on the low end he has about 15% screen time. Then on the high end, say we take 16 episodes where he's the main focus, and he has half the episode screen time, so 50%. And on the high end for the Batman vs. Dracula, he's in 30% max. That comes out as 8% to 13.2% of screen time in the entire series. And the Batman has around 21.5 to 23 hours of total screen time when excluding the intro and credits. So this would mean Joker would have somewhere between 1.72 hours, which is 103 minutes, to 3.04 hours, which is 182 minutes, of total screen time in the show. That's actually pretty insane for just one character that isn't Batman himself, but it's the Joker, and this was a show that was limited when it came to the more iconic and notable Batman villains. The calculations are just estimates, but it's close enough to actuality, so just give or take from the numbers I came up with. But yeah, the Joker is used quite a bit, but it's really because they had to get views and draw attention to the show, because even if they did have access to some of the more iconic villains like Scarecrow and Two-Face, they would have still used Joker quite a bit. Maybe not to this extent, but anytime there's a Batman show, as long as you have access, you have the right to use the Joker, you're going to use the Joker. So no, I don't think he's overused at all in the show. Some people may think otherwise, and that's perfectly fine. He is used a ton, but I love this show's take on the character, and he's one of the most well-written characters in the show. So yeah, that was my take, and I just thought it'd be fun to actually calculate this stuff to see how much screen time the Joker really got when it came to the Batman. So, do you think he's overused? Do you think he's used just enough? Let me know down in the comments below. And let me know if you want more videos on the Batman, because I really do love this show. It does not get enough love, does not get enough attention. Extremely underrated. I'd love to do more videos on it, but I need to know you guys want it, so let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.